Good afternoon, everyone. It's 12:30. Just doing a quick post-bell roundup of what's been happening in the morning so far on the Ftse. So bears are still in power here. A lot more selling pressure forcing the price down. We've had our support level on the hourly 200 is finally broken down a few days ago, and it's been acting as resistance now quite strongly. We formed up into a bit of a down channel, and this morning we were down at this level. It had broken underneath the channel. Part of me, I'll admit, was thinking we might be coming back up to test the 50 MA on the hourly or back to the middle of the channel, but it didn't. After a very uneventful Asia session overnight, it consolidated and it's dropped down to some more deeper support, which is beyond all the moving averages now. So I look back a fair old way, try to find some levels, put them on the chart as that's the areas I'm now expecting some action. And it's not as much a price, it's more of an area. As anyone knows, nothing really ever bounces off an exact pip. But yeah, so zooming in for the day. So with moving averages, what I quite often do is I look at a time frame and a moving average that's being respected quite heavily. And that for me is where you're going to see some reversals or show some strength in the price. And if we look back this week, we had this little spike here to the top of the channel, straight back down to the 200. We had this retest here. I took that short there on the 31st in the morning, back to the 5-minute 200. I think it was down about here. And as we've now come down, it's this 15-minute 50 MA is proving to be very strong resistance. We had some bounces here, we had some bounces here, and again we had this consolidation last night to this morning to the 50 MA, again right on the bottom of the channel. Part of me thought it might have turned and picked up, but it didn't. It retested the bottom of the channel and the 50 MA, and it's had quite a strong sell-off lower down. So bring it in a little bit to the 5-minute and the 1-minute chart. So there are some short entries today. Obviously that 15-minute 50 was the best one to take. We had a pullback here to the 20 MA on the 5. Now for me, I love the 20 MA on the 5-minute. I think it has so much respect for it. There was a few guys in the forum took the short here. There was a few of us taking some long entries down here. If we zoom in on the 1-minute, we had some divergences, quite a few of them actually. So you can take some scalps down here back to resistance levels, being the 50 MA on the 1-minute, or you could have taken it long back to the 20 MA on the 5. As soon as it broke that again, all these previous divs are now irrelevant. We had a pretty harsh sell-off, not a lot of pullbacks, not a lot you can do with that other than jump on it until it finds a bottom, which is what it looks like it might have done now. We came down here, we had another 1-minute divergence here, again back to the 50 MA, also back to the 20 MA on the 5-minute, and from there we've now consolidated. There's been quite a few options in here to short it from the top of this little range, to long it from the bottom from the 20 MA on the 5-minute. It's now turning up, it's starting to pinch in towards a 5-minute price. My most recent long, I had a long here at 77. I closed it up here just because basically the 1-minute 200 is still quite strongly pointing down. If I'm honest, if I wasn't doing this video, I might have taken a long there because it's coming down, it's retesting the 1-minute 200. If these 2 MAs can start to pick up the price, it will turn this 1-minute 200, and with that it might start to soften this 5-minute 50. But for me, that's still quite steep. So it is, it is possible we could still come back down to this area. We've got some very big moves on the AWSM, the MACD and the RSI, so we get a nice 5-minute divergence down here, retest of the morning's low, and of course that then might give a bit of a nicer signal for another reversal back up. But for me at the moment, yeah, that's a nice long option there, entry. Target wise, I'd be looking at this 5-minute 200 if the price picks up, and that is a big if, because we have had a lot of selling pressure on the last couple of days. So that's me done. Best of luck, everyone. Yeah, I'm going to crack on, wait for the US bell. Hopefully make a few quid this afternoon. Catch you all later.